the separation anxiety is so bad. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's so bad. Today, I'm going to be talking about my baby boy's 6-month update. So I am 6 months postpartum, so I will show you a little bit of my stomach things going on, with a little bit of a disclaimer that I did just get diagnosed with PCOS. So that kind of changes a little bit of things in my belly area. So yeah, let's jump right in. Today, Carter had his 6-month appointment. It's so crazy that he's literally halfway to a year old. And he's doing baby-led weaning. He's just getting way too big. So Carter is 23 pounds, 10 ounces, and that is in the 99th percentile for weight. He is also 28.5 inches, which is the 97th percentile for height, and his noggin is 77 percentile. So his head is the only thing that's normal size on his body. Yeah, our arms are not okay. Do I have big muscles? I don't really have big muscles at all. He's just kind of massive, and I kind of just suffer when you have to carry him for longer than 5 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes is like absolute max, just because he's so just wobbly still, being 6 months, but so dense. And it's like you have to support him. It's not just like carrying a toddler where they have the core strength to kind of stay close to you and stay close to your body and support themselves a little bit better. He's literally just like a wobble dude, and you have to hold him, and it's struggling out here. So I went over his height, I went over his weight, and I went over his head circumference size-ish things. We are going to move on to baby-led weaning. He has started baby-led weaning, and it is so much fun. One of his favorite foods right now is broccoli. So I'll just like boil broccoli for like 2 minutes. Caden loves it with a little bit of butter, sometimes a little bit of cheese, but not really. But Carter loves broccoli. So baby-led weaning is going well so far. We still have not introduced peanut butter. His pediatrician said that I needed to today, just to reduce the likelihood of him developing peanut allergies. So I need to buy some peanut butter because we don't really eat peanut butter. So I have introduced other allergens like eggs and dairy, and what else? I don't even know. I'm just kind of, I don't know, like being a second time mom, like you're just go with the flow a lot more, like not as paranoid, like, oh, you need to eat this and you need to eat that, and oh, we just can't have too much salt, we can only have a little bit of salt or no salt. And it's just like, I just don't add salt anymore, and limit the sodium, and don't give him honey at all. Don't give your baby-led wiener honey under a year old. There's a flip that switches at a year old. I'm just kidding, but it's also a lot healthier for the baby to not have that and risk botulism. I mean, botulism in general isn't even a good thing at all anyways, like in an adult, but with a child, it's just not good. So that is baby-led weaning, and now we are going to move on to sleep. Carter has been, he's taken a little bit longer to sleep train than Caden did. Carter does have 2 teeth on his bottoms right now. He popped those within 2 weeks of each other at 4.5 months old. So that was a nightmare of a week as those were coming through. And now he is, I mean, just when he was like 5.5, 6-ish months, he has spent an entire week trying to pop the top ones. So he has 1 tooth that has broken through, like just like the start of breaking through, and then the 4th tooth, well, yeah, the second on top is basically right there. So he is cutting 2 teeth on the top, so he's gonna have 4 teeth very, very soon that are popped through. Moral of the story is that teething sucks and disrupts sleep in the worst way possible. Like, he doesn't sleep, he just cries. So you can't really sleep train when they're just screaming in pain. You just have to cuddle them and nurse and do your teething remedies. So despite the teething situation that's been going on, he has been sleeping a lot more recently. He takes anywhere from 2 to 3 naps right now, and then he also sleeps from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. with typically like 1 waking, unless he's snotty because he currently has a cold and he can't breathe. Then we'll have to remove those boogers in a really gross way. Thanks, Nose Frida. Yeah, so he'll typically wake up just one time to eat between 8 and 8, and then he'll be up for the day basically at 8:30, and then take his 3 naps, and we just do it all over again. So that's his schedule right now. I'm hoping to get it down to 2 naps a day, but he's at that like weird point where he like needs the 3rd nap, but also if it's too long, then he just gets kind of out of whack. So I will share his nap schedule with you guys. So like I said, he does wake up at 8 a.m. every day. He goes down for his first nap at 10:30, and he sleeps from 10:30 to 11:30. Then he's awake obviously from 11:30 until 1:30, and then from 1 to 1:30 he goes down until 3, and then he's up from 3 to 4:30, and then from 4:30 to 6 he takes a nap ish, and then he's up at 8 or up until 8, and then ready to go to bed. So that's what we're doing right now, and so far so good, but I think we might be dropping the 3rd nap soon, or just like spreading the 2 out. But he's like so cranky in the morning, so I just don't know what to do. So we're sticking with 3 currently. Oh my gosh, the separation anxiety is so bad. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's so bad. If you have seen in previous videos that I do have a little bit of postpartum depression, I have been needing a few like mommy timeouts recently where I just need to take like a 20-minute nap, where I need to go on TikTok in my room and like just listen to one thing, not like a bunch of screaming children, just like one thing at a time, and basically take a break. Anyways, so if I go take a break in my room for a little bit and Brandon's out here with the boys, Carter will be completely fine. Like, he'll be playing, he'll be rolling around, he'll be doing all the things, and he's just like not making it peep. He'll laugh, he'll smile, he'll just like, he's literally fine. He's fine. Then the second that I come out into the living room and I like literally just walk by, or if I like walk to the bathroom or walk to the kitchen and he sees me walk out and walk past him, it's literally alligator tears. It's literally crocodile tears. It's like red-faced screaming. And he like, if he's sitting up, he'll like fling himself backwards so that he like falls backwards, because he's just that angry that I walked by and left him. Yeah. Brandon always like jokes and asks me like, what'd you do? Like, what'd you do to Carter? Like, he's just upset and kind of annoying. It's fine. I'm fine. So like I was saying, I cannot walk away without him screaming. So that's when I am away, like in the room, and Brandon's out here. And then not including during the day when I set him down for 2 seconds and then he immediately starts screaming unless he is completely 100% occupied. I like won't get a chance or a second to myself. I won't get a second to myself. But with that being said, I have been starting to socialize him more. We do give him to our friends, like when we're at church and stuff, like they will offer to hold him and want to hold him. So he does get a little bit more of socialization and other people holding him besides mom and dad. So that's good. I also put him in Sunday school. So that is something that we have started recently. His like nursing sessions and nap sessions have been starting to expand a little bit more. So he doesn't need to nurse like super often. So I do get him to go into Sunday school for probably about, I'd say like 45 minutes. And then they will call me saying like, hey, he's fussy, he's hungry, come get him. So he will get that socialization for about 45 minutes while I'm in church, and then I'll come get him, nurse him, and then he'll go to sleep. So it's been working out really well, and I really love that he's with other babies, he's with other adults. Typically they're all women, I think. So he's with other women that are not gonna just like pop a boob out and nurse him, and he doesn't get to like see me constantly. Like, it's constantly other people, and he has to be soothed by other people, and other people are holding him and other people are playing with him, and I think it's really good for his like socialization and stuff. So I'm trying to do that, especially because Caden was a COVID baby and he did not see like another stranger or have another stranger hold him for a fat minute. I think that's also why he was struggling in Sunday school when he first arrived in there, and he was about 2 years old. So I'm hoping that Carter kind of just gets a little like leg up in the socialization aspect, and it's not as difficult for him because he's starting so soon and so early. One thing that was a really big struggle for us was we went through kind of like a sinus infection, cold kind of thing It was like coughing and just snot and dry, crusty, just congestion for a while. And that hit Brandon, it hit Caden, it hit Carter, and now has hit me. If you guys can tell, I sound ugh. So with that being said, like Carter went through a really rough time with sleeping at night, and we're like, oh, like this, thought it was a regression of some sort. We thought it was like his leap, because he was unfortunately going through a leap literally at the same exact time, like the thunder lightning bolt thing. We thought he was going through that, but then he was also like snotting and not able to breathe during the night. So I had to remove his boogers multiple times at night and try to just help him be able to breathe a little bit more. And he couldn't even nurse because he couldn't breathe. So I had to do a lot of removal in that aspect, and we thought that that was like the reason why he wasn't sleeping very well, was the snot and the boogers, and he can't breathe and he's just uncomfortable and sick, obviously. But then that's when we noticed that his twofers were like right there, like literally right under his gums. We saw like the complete outline, like they were right there. So now, obviously it's a week later, he at least cut one of the teeth now, so I'm waiting on the second one to cut, but it stinks. It stinks bad, because like they say that teething lasts like 8 days, so it's like 3 or 4 days of just like pain, and you're like, why are you screaming, like what's going on? And then the tooth erupts, and then it's like a few other days of pain. So like you just don't know what's going on within those first like 3 to 4 days. So like you're like, why are you screaming, like what's going on? And then you just know, because there's a tooth that's popped through. So that has been our life for the last week or two, and it's been lovely. But he's starting to sleep better now. The tooth isn't bothering him as much, so that has been really helpful. Carter's favorite things right now are his bouncer. He loves the Magda tiles that Caden has. We do have a couple of these IKEA like gymnastics mats that we got recently, and those are really good because Carter's at the stage where he's like sitting up and he's like good until he's not, and like flings himself back. So that at least kind of gives him a little bit more padding instead of just the carpet. He also is really interested in sitting in the Wonderfold wagon. He likes to sit up so high where he can look around and see everything. So he really enjoys that. He's getting in such a giggly mood right now. It is just the cutest thing ever. He's so smiley and just happy, and his little chubby cheeks are just like, ah. He's so cute. Yeah, so we are really enjoying him right now in this age. It's really been great, and he's starting to really get interested in Caden and Luca and watching them, and kind of starting to interact a little bit with them. So I'm really excited for the future, and when he starts crawling and he's able to interact more and play more and kind of like roughhouse with Caden eventually. Okay, so that is it regarding Carter and his 6-month appointment and the things that are going on in little baby Carter Brooks' life right now. I will talk about me. I'm not going to go into a huge description of what's been going on, because I have done a couple other videos regarding everything that's happened to me within the last month of being 5 to 6 months postpartum. So I'll just give you a little tidbit. I was diagnosed with PCOS. So I'm dealing with that. I am dealing with a little bit of postpartum depression, but I am on 3 medications right now for my hormones, and just to get my hormones back into alignment and kind of just fix me. So far so good. It's been about 4 to 5 days of being on that medication, and I'm feeling a lot better so far. If you guys are interested in my PCOS journey, that is going to be a series that I am recording. So if you're interested in that, please go check that out. I would love to have you. I know obviously if you were clicking on a PCOS video, you probably have it or know somebody that does. So I welcome you to our little PCOS community. So if you haven't already, definitely go check out my previous videos. I did one, I think it was how I was feeling or how I'm actually doing about like 6 months postpartum. Check that out. That is all about my mental health right now. Some of the big changes that are going on in our lives right now that are pretty significant. And yeah, so check that out. I will show you guys a little belly shot right now, just because I do that every month. So here we go. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you did, definitely give me a like, comment your favorite fruit, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.